other look. The more I work it, the more it's going to start looking like a fingernail. The more subdivisions I add, the more geometry I add, it's just going to look better and better as I go along. One of the things I can do right away is we won't need the faces here. Wrong ones. There we go. We won't need those. Okay, so if you want to bend it, you can bend it now. I've been in the habit of bending it now, but I just saw a technique the other day that a student was using. I thought, hey, that's a pretty good idea. Why didn't I think of that? So you can, if you want to start getting it and getting a little bit more of a curved shape to begin with. I go to rotate, insert key, move, insert key, rotate a little bit down, insert key. Okay, so I'll get the finger a little bit of a natural bend already. That's one way you could do it. I'm gonna go ahead and try the next, the new way that I saw because it was pretty neat. I really liked how they did it. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab the faces. Do the same thing. I'm just gonna start to create more shape. Okay, shape as I need it, polygons as I need it. All right. And a little bit more roundness to the top of there. All right, take a quick look. It's starting to look okay. And look at my finger here and taking some notice to a couple of things. One is it does taper off. Also going to start rounding some of these off a little bit more. Knuckle areas that I'll use later on. So just bringing this up, creating some definition and shape. Again, just shaping to get what I want it to look like. And that's one of the keys. There's tricks that you can use to get this to look a certain way, but really learning how to model well really has to do with how well you can manipulate the polygons into position to really get what you want out of this. Really get what you want on your shape. The better are you at doing off, the better off a model you're going to become. Okay. So now, I talk about adding wrinkle detail and stuff like that. Well, one thing I can do is I can add more resolution to this area. To bring up the knuckle more. Yeah, again, everything is just going to be fine-tuned, fine-tuned. A lot of times I'll start and like stop doing everything perfectly symmetrical just to give it uh, some more personality character. I don't always do that, but with some things, just a hair here and there will really help and benefit the overall look. Now, I prefer to keep working this um, by hand to really make this turn into something special, a real believable finger. But there are techniques where I can subdivide this up and have a lot more polygons to work with to get a smoother shape quicker. And then after you do that, you can go and kind of delete areas that you really don't need. So um, in certain directions that aren't as necessary, probably being able to skip every other row. So that's one technique that you can use. I'll probably take out this row, and delete both the vertices. And it does a pretty good job shaping. I'd say probably this one as well. I'm not going to really take any out from over here because that's where I want to create some creases um, in it anyway. So this will help me pop back to a much more lower poly state. This also gives me the ability now to kind of push that nail even further underneath. So that's one way that we can start to get a much more smooth shape out of it, much more uniform shape. And then to start putting wrinkles in the hair, I can cut across um, I can either go throughout the whole finger by adding more edge loops through there, or I can keep it lower poly by kind of coming across just a couple areas Right now my snap is on, so I don't care for that right this second. I want to be able to move it up and down any direction. So I'm going to take the 100% snapping tolerance off and do 10%. And again, I just got to there by double clicking the icon for the cut face tool. So by doing it this way, I'm keeping it lower. And by starting at different points and stopping at different points, it'll make it look a little bit more believable and not so uniform for the wrinkles. And what I do is I quickly will just add a quick edge loop in the middle, or slice where I need to slice. And now I can just simply double click on it, get rid of the ends, and pull them down. So I put some cuts in there for the tops of the finger knuckle area. I could put some more in there. Insert edge loop. Again, if I put this time into one good finger, um, it's going to speed up the process a lot. And there we have some wrinkles. And do the same thing to the other side.